All right, so let's talk about this one, Sysmon and stream. So the first thing, there was an executable file. I think it was 3791.exe. So if you look at this Sysmon event IDs, you can read about them here. This is the Microsoft page explaining their Sysmon product, and there really are only a few Sysmon events, which is part of why it is so extremely useful. Here you are, event ID 1 creates a process, 3 creates a network connection, and so on. And I think all we want is this one, a process creation. So let's get the question here. The question is, find the hash of the file that they uploaded to the server. So let's find events from Sysmon for process creation. So we can go to Splunk and look for, I can go right back to the main search page and get the Sysmon events, data summary. Will show me source types. And here they are, Sysmon. So there's the Sysmon events, and I need to get them for all time. All right, let's just maximize this. Okay, so I have a lot of those events. Now I want to find the event ID here. And you see there are various values, and I want the 1. And there aren't too many of them. These are the process creation events. Sysmon operational. I think I can expand this and get the, so you notice this shows me some task host ran something called defrag. This is the defragmenter, and it stores the MD5 hash with it, and it gives you the parent command line showing you the process that was running. So it's quite useful. And we wanted to find the, look at CMD line to find the correct event. All right, so let's look at CMD line here. There, CMD line. All right, and you see various values here. And I think we just want to put in the name of the executable here. So let's put, I think it was 3791. I might have that, remember that wrong. .exe, yeah, I think I might have it wrong. All right, first I might have to go find the name of that exe again. I did not save it. So let me go back and do that again. That was up here. Uploaded executable file name. It's HTTP post with exe. All right. So I'm going to save this query on my text document where I'm archiving useful things over here. There. So I can easily get back to that. All right, and now I'm going to get back to my Splunk. All right. So I want HTTP events. There's various ways to get there. I think I'm just going to go back to the search and do stream HTTP. All right, here's stream HTTP. Okay. And I need all time. All right, and now I can find the HTTP method, which is here, and I want post. All right, and now I want to get rid of the vulnerability scanner. So that's not Acunetics. And then I will search for .exe. That was how we found it. There. And then, as a student pointed out, the good thing is search with Control F for .exe, and we'll find the name of that file. That was 3791.exe. All right, that's what we need to add to that previous query. So let me put that here. All right, so now I can reproduce the query I wanted, looking for Sysmon events. So I'm going to paste the whole thing in, and there it is. This is Sysmon events, process creation events with that file name in it. I clicked rare events in the list. Oh, good, good. Yes, that would work too, perhaps. Good. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Rare events, because this would only be run once, and the other things would be things run all the time. Yep, that's another way to do it. Good. All right. And we wanted to find the MD5 hash of this thing. So if I said, look at CMD line here. All right. And so this is CMD. Here's 3791 itself. Here's CMD launching it. I think this would be the one you want, although it might possibly be this one, but I think it's this one that actually executed the file itself. And then you'll find in here the MD5 hash. And if you expand this, it will filter them out. And there's an MD5 there. This is probably the right one. Yeah. Yeah. 3791. Yeah, I had trouble with that. Anyway, that's one of the many great things about Sysmon. It records the creation and it stores the hash value, which is a nice bit of information. In case people rename files, it'll still have the same hash value. This is good. And there are many ways to get there. There's not just one way to do this. All right. The next thing, we're going to find how explore that brute force attack some more. So let's set up that query that found the brute force attack. That was HTTP events using the post method. So I think I can just go back in my browser. Yep. Nope, that's still, all right, I guess there we are. HTTP post, not Acunetics. That was a lot of it. Then we looked at form data, and there was a bit more here to get the right one. If you look at form data, all right, what's the deal here? Only 2 events. Oh, I've got this .exe in it. Let's get rid of the .exe. All right. There should be something like 440. There we are, 441. Now I look at the form data. All right, and some of them are right and some of them are not part of the brute force attack. So I want to make the table that we did back here, table time and form data, and that will make it easy to narrow this down to just the brute force attack. And then we can learn a lot more about it. All right. All right, some of these are not the brute force attack, but the ones down here, this is the brute force attack. Username equals admin and password equals varying things on the right side. So I want to include this username equals admin and this password equals, and that will be the brute force attack. So that should do it. Oh, I don't want to have it here. I want to have that in the query, not in the table section, but here. There we are. So it will select events with those phrases in it and then make a table. Okay, now I'm down to 413, and the first one is different. So now I have the whole details of the brute force attack, and you can see some stuff here. This one came in at 1448, 2 minutes after the last one here, 1446 or 1 minute and 20 seconds, something like that. And these are really fast, 51, 51, 51, 3 guesses in a second, in 50, 50, 50, 50, many guesses in a second. This is a script automatically sending many events at several per second. This is a gap, and then this is the real person logging in. And another clue about that is if you quit using the table and look at the raw events so you can see more fields, you'll be able to see the user agent here. There are 412 events with a user agent of Python, and 1 with a user agent of Mozilla. So this is the script, a Python script running, doing 412 guesses, and then a minute and a half later is the person using a real browser logging in with a different formatted query to actually log in with the password that was stolen. So that's the information you need to answer a bunch of these attacks, a bunch of these questions about the brute force attack. The first brute force password used, you just find the first password in that list. It's sorted by time, going backwards in time by default. You can find the correct password. It's the one that the administrator used, the hacker used manually. And you can find the time interval between the time the brute force scan identified the correct password and the compromised login. And you can find the number of guesses that the brute force attack used. All those you can pretty easily find from that, that query I had there. Good. So I'll stop this one.